Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and today we will try to answer a very difficult question. This question goes as follows. Why did France and England, why didn't I should ask, France and England support Poland in September 1939? Practically no support, they only declared war to Germany. And why are Western countries, including especially England, that is really warmonger, one can say, some people say, and there is some truth in it, especially UK, England, why is England supporting Ukraine nowadays in Ukraine's conflict against Russia, especially since February 2022? And we have to look at the structure of ownership of Ukrainian agro holdings. And when we look at it, we see that there is, of course, some German American capital, even some Gulf countries have some shares with this, but a lot of these agro holdings producing this food without any regulations and animal welfare and so on. All pesticides and other stuff is used to facilitate the growth. Uh, One of the owners of many holdings is British royal family and British companies. So this might be, for sure it is, one of the main reasons why England is behaving differently from the way how they were behaving in 1939 with respect to Poland. So Ukraine is supported because British people especially do not want to lose their own business, their own holdings, agro holdings, which are possessed by the representatives of British business political elite. It's quite clear. This is one of the main explanation to me, because we have to say that okay, Ukraine is getting, of course, as always from England, a lot of equipment, a lot of logistics and intelligence support. Of course, everything is for credit because British are British, and we have to remember that in Second World War, Polish government representatives managed to save Polish gold reserve from Polish bank, but after Second World War, British who sold us to Soviets, who betrayed us in 1939, they also took part of our gold reserve as a payment for them for allegedly ammunition and all equipment Polish units used during their fight against Germany on the side of the Allies. This is actually really awful British behavior showing their real nature. And nowadays, British help for Ukraine is dictated solely by their interests and by their greed, because I cannot find any other explanation, knowing also British history, their way of making politics, and their love for money, and their tendency to betray anyone. British cannot be trusted. And this is completely understood when we take into account these facts that many of these agro holdings have British owners. Now we understand why UK helps Ukraine and also wants to push Poland into this conflict, having now our minister Radosław Sikorski on the chair of the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because his connections with England from late 1980s and early 1990s are still not fully yet explained. And he reminds me a figure from the interwar period in Poland, Mr. Józef Rettinger, who was servant of many intelligence, including British one. I do not want to judge fully if this guy currently is serving this and this intelligence, but analogies between him and Mr. Josef Rettinger are striking, and they just make me think, and I can really analyze and think freely. That is why I share my thoughts with you. So British took care of putting proper people in the governments in some surrounding countries to protect their interests on the Ukrainian soil. And this is explanation why they didn't help Poland in 1939, because it was not profitable for them, but later they exploited and used Polish army in exile. And even after Second World War, we didn't participate in the parade of victorious armies in London, but we had to pay from our own gold reserve for the ammunition and equipment we used fighting for British and preventing them from being occupied by Germans. And this I am saying also to people who will listen to this video, to have no illusions about British people as an ally. It's not the ally you wanna have. Better avoid it. So, just to summarize, the main reason, and I would say the only real reason why UK is supporting Ukraine more than they were supporting Poland in 1939 is the fact that United Kingdom is defending the agro holdings and other companies which are acting in Ukraine and are possessed by the representatives of British elite, including the royal family. All the best, have a nice day, bye.